Welcome back to EduChats, where we talk everything education, development and growth. My name's Luqmaan, and today I'm joined with a man who's usually behind the camera, but today he's in front of us to talk everything content creation and TikTok and his growth essentially as a content creator. Justin, how are you?
I'm tired, but I'm good. Other than that, I'm very good.
Before we go straight into it, if you're watching it on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe. And if you're watching on any audio platforms, make sure you leave us 5 stars. It really helps push our podcast into the future and deliver to more people. First things first, Justin.
Yeah, man.
Let's start at the beginning. You are a humble economics student studying in Kent, and you've now grown to a TikTok star, essentially. I know you don't see yourself as a star, but you're a TikTok star with over 290,000 followers. How's that happen? How have you grown from that economics student studying in Kent, living in Kent, to someone who a lot of people look up to, quite frankly?
Lots of stuff happened. To simplify it, obviously I started doing a thing. I started making food videos and people liked it, and I did it a lot.
But
until
why you were both in Kent
Yeah.
together, sat there. We both hated our lives. What idea came to your head to go, you know what, I'm feeling food videos. I really want to make food videos. Because you started on Snapchat. You didn't even start putting it out to the world. You started on Snapchat.
Yeah. I remember the first time it was just for fun. Like I did it like just for fun. Like I always kind of knew how to cook, innit? And I remember I made the first video of carbonara and I was just busting jokes on the mic and then recording it. And then like people would just pop up to me and were like, oh my gosh, Justin, this is cool. And then from that point there, like I just knew that like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Like there's something here in it. But then I wanted to edit it together. I had a knack for like making something full. So I basically shot stuff and then just edited it in a nice little way. Popped it on a little Twitter back then. Deleted all my colorist tweets. And then
He didn't have any colorist tweets.
and then yeah, no, I had a decent run from then. Obviously, a couple scandals here and there, but we know.
We move. You have not been cancelled yet.
Yeah, man.
Praise God.
But yeah, that's the simple version of it. I think I saw the value in making food and I enjoyed doing it. But then the entertainment aspect that came into it, people resonated with it more than I expected. And yeah, from that, it kind of just encouraged me to continue posting and just like making it into a natural thing.
I'm not sure about other people, but like you said before, like people resonated with the natural comedic parts of it and the entertainment value. At the beginning, it was less comedic and more cooking, and more so over the last like year and a half or so, you transitioned to a more comedic type of content. Was that like an intentional shift, or just something naturally as you got more comfortable on camera?
It was amazing because it was natural, and I think I wouldn't have had it any other way. I'm glad I didn't want to be a comedy creator because it didn't force me to think like a comic. Like I didn't have to write jokes initially.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Like, you were a funny guy, like, but you weren't funny to me beforehand. But on camera, for some reason, you just make me crease.
I hear that, man. And I feel like that, it says something about the craft as well, because obviously I come on camera, I do things a certain way, but there's more to it than just the performance as well. You got the edit, like how things are cut together. But, you know, I didn't feel like I ever had to be a funny guy. I remember the first video I did that was like, it had funny undertones or like really strong like responses like, oh my gosh, this is funny. It was me just sitting there eating Weetabix.
I remember that video, yeah.
And I was just thinking like, yo,
This be jokes.
this is... Do you know what? Do you know how I thought of it? Like it was something where a totally different idea comes into an idea that never been put together before. Right. So, you know, in the NBA, sometimes they do mic'd up. Mic'd up refs, mic'd up players. I just thought, damn, when I shoot my cooking videos, sometimes I'd be saying some interesting things or reacting in interesting ways when things go wrong. I thought, what would it be like to mic myself up? So then I mic'd myself up and then literally it was just like that. And then I'll be speaking, and then as you kind of grow into it, then it becomes something that you're aware of course. And I have to kind of like, frame these videos in a way where I'm even surprised with some of the outcomes because I actually don't really know what's gonna happen. But I think I'm glad that it turned into comedy and personality because it allowed me to shine through to a lot of people. I think a lot of the mandem as well, they might not have seen that side of me so like emphasized before. And a lot of people as well, my family know what it's like in it, especially my sisters and stuff. What's positive is when they saw it, it's like, oh, yo, Justin, you really putting your personality out there. I was like,
Yeah, like
that's
it's
exactly what I'm
you.
trying to do.
It's just you.
Just trying to do me. Hacking this social media thing is, if you can learn to be you and market that in an organic way, then it's probably easier than trying to be somebody else.
So like, is content creation something that's like, how do I even say this? Is it like a niche thing to do? Like, would you say
Yeah.
it's more valuable to have hard work or talent in that kind of thing? Like, is it like if I'm naturally funny, but I work 50% of the person who's like not really that funny, but he works 100%? You can be honest. You can diss people.
I think it's the last one you just said, because I know brethren that are jokes, man. They're so funny, but it's one, they got no work rate. Two, they got no skills. And three, they don't really know how to position themselves in a lucrative way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you have to be a lot more strategic than you have to be talented. And I think I'm a lot more strategic than I am talented. Like, I don't really like see myself being like the funniest person or anything, or even the most talented at cooking. But I understand what works. I understand like consumer behavior, right?
Yeah.
And so that kind of informs how you do things in a way.
Yeah, like,
yeah, go on.
Yeah, like the way you've said it's like my head. When you say anything, I think to like sports, innit?
Yeah.
Obviously, you were formerly a basketball fan before you gave up that life.
The knee injury. Had a knee injury like
But
in primary school, bruv. It was never happening.
In primary school, yeah. So, but yeah, in basketball, for example, someone like Kobe Bryant, his first season, his efficiency was terrible, but you could see there's talent there.
Yeah.
And he's gone, cool, let me now package the way I play football to fit the NBA style. Do you get it? And from there, he's one of the greatest players of all time. Is that how you're seeing it? Like, you can have all the talent in the world, but if it's not packaged in a certain way and not formulated in a strategic way, it's not banging.
It's a bit of both, isn't it? Like, I feel like there are some people, and I can say this because you meet a lot of content creators that are cut from the same, what's it called?
Cloth.
From the same cloth.
Yeah.
I was going to say tree. Why are they cutting things from cloth? It shouldn't be the tree.
No, because if you're making a material for like a piece of like garms, then they're cut from the same cloth, so they're similar.
But if it's like cut from the same tree, then you can get that tree, then put it in another ground.
Let's say it's apples. If it's apples from the same tree and you cut them off, one could be ruck up, the other could be good.
Yeah, but it's got the seeds inside. You plant both of them things, and then they both grow. So then, like, they're up. So then, if it's cut from the same tree, that actually makes a lot more. You get two things cut from cloth. What are you gonna do with it?
But let's say it's a big cloth.
Yeah, then what? Nothing.
You can make two different items with it. Do you get it? You can make a t-shirt.
You can make a whole tree, bruv. You know what trees are doing these days?
They give oxygen, innit?
Oh, trees are on different things nowadays, man. Everyone's saying, oh yeah, for every like, we're gonna plant a tree or this and that. Like,
we're not, but yeah.
For every like.
Anyways, back to what we were saying.
What was we saying?
It was to do with like people being cut from the same cloth.
Oh yeah, so yeah, there's a type of influencer.
Yeah.
And and I'm not that person at all, right? It's a bubbly, very, very extroverted person who's got a lot of charisma. And that's amazing because that works a lot because people, it's like, the way I think about it is that content creators and influencers, they're not different to anyone else. It's just that we see something in them that we really, really like. And most of the time, who's the favorite person in the group of people? Is the funny person or the guy that's really, really bubbly and active. And that's why people are drawn to that kind of content. However, everything can exist all at once, right? I can do something completely different in my own way and it resonate with somebody else and another audience in a different way just because it's me. So there isn't, if you are naturally bubbly, naturally funny, naturally get along with people really well, you can talk to people, like those are like the kind of like bullet point skills that you kind of want if you was to build your ultimate influencer, the ultimate influencer, 99 flipping conversational,
Well, coming like a FIFA card.
like a good man, 70 personality,
Decent.
and like 30 in like the scandals in it because they can't really hack it.
And you got like 85 bubbly.
85 bubbly, yeah.
Yeah, like I hear
Yeah,
that.
I think that's it. But like I said, there's a different way to do everything in it, and I feel like
So you got to carve your own thing.
you got to
Basically,
carve your own thing, because if you try and do what they're doing, it's not gonna be genuine. Like it's so easy for me to be me, like just be you, like just get up and do your thing in it. Having said that, it's not just about being you; it's about being you in a way that's interesting,
it's marketable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. And you're like quite a marketable guy, I would say.
Yeah.
Like it's quite difficult to have a problem adjusting, which I used to find quite weird back in school time. Where like everyone's, oh, it's Justin, he's all right. Is that something that you've been able to use like in the industry? Like everyone just likes Justin.
Yeah, I think so, because I'm not confrontational. I don't like confrontation. Like I've never been in a fight.
You've never been in a fight?
I've never been that angry.
You've never been in a fight?
Never.
But if you're in a fight, you reckon you'd win? Like,
no, I probably get rocked still. Probably get rocked, bro. Like, well, I don't even know how to throw punches in that. Like, you put the thumb? You put the thumb on the outside.
Thumb on the outside, yeah. Now inside, you're gonna break your thumb.
Okay. I would actually put it on the inside because it feels more secure. Like,
but like, yeah, it's gonna break your thumb, innit? I reckon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I would lose.
You're using that lack of confrontation to progress yourself.
Not really though. It's just like, it's just one of them things.
It's a natural thing, and
it's just a natural thing.
Yeah. And talking about like people like resonating with you, like what is your like target market, and how do you see your target market like evolving? Because like let's say as an example, your target market was like 16 to 24-year-olds. Once you're like 25, are you still gonna want to be making content for 16 to 24-year-olds? How do you see that progressing in the future?
A really easy way to answer that question is not about age, but rather what feeling does the person watching it want, and whoever that is, that's what I want to give it to. So when I make a video, I want people to be entertained, but also inspired to cook. And also kind of like confused into what they just watched, because like the amount of times people message
like intrigue.
Yeah, you know when you watch something you're like,
don't quite
like, you don't get it, but like there's something there, like,
yeah, like,
you know what I mean? Like with cooking, it's the same thing all the time, really. And so my ideal target demographic is people who love cooking, but who also love entertainment and want to mash those two things together. Like, we can have a decent, nice recipe, but we can have a video that's super entertaining. In terms of what that looks like on a demographic kind of thing, it's like, it will change, like, just naturally. I mean, at the minute, I can tell you the stats. It's 18 to 20 something. I can't remember that. I can't tell you the stats, apparently. But it's something like that. It's about 70% female, 30% male.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah. And it's countries are actually changing a bit. It's obviously predominantly UK, but
you got any Americans
coming up still, and a lot in Canada as well.
What about the homeland?
Ghana as well. Let's not even forget, man. Shut it down. The Kwames, the Elizabeths,
the Cultures,
the Dorothys, the Michaels.
Michael.
Yeah, nah, Ghana as well, definitely. When I do the recipes from Ghana,
it really helps light up.
And they hit home.
Yeah, do you think, like, obviously, as of filming right now, I know this comes out in December time, but December or November, I don't know. Do you think it's in October right now? Obviously, in the UK, it's Black History Month. Do you think it's harder to be a content creator that's black, that's originally from Ghana? Do you reckon there's more hurdles you have to jump over than
What, in Black History Month?
no, like not in Black History Month,
About to
but
say,
because
nah,
it is
sweet in Black History Month. Everyone wants to sign you,
enough
bro.
brand deals.
Bare token blackness. Done the
What do you
thing
think
for
is harder?
Waitrose in the first
Rest of
time,
the
bro.
year. Shout out Waitrose though. Before your price is done.
Nah, for real, they got nice food though.
Yeah. Do you reckon it's harder like for the rest of the year? Like,
Oh, it's super hard. I can tell you, like, I've been in actual situations where I've been sidelined for multiple campaigns on a weekly basis, man. It's to the point where it's very visible. Just because I am black and just because of what I represent and how I speak and the way I tackle things. Like, this happens every day, bro. Like, as in, I talk to my managers and they say, oh yeah, Justin, like, okay, yeah, so we like your video, but in a minute 34, you
Say-
reference something.
you said nyash.
It won't even be something mad like that. It'll be something so minor, and they just don't like it. And it's like,
It's
when-
like it's part of you though, isn't it? Like,
it's me, it's my brand. I wouldn't have done anything different if it was
If
an
it's your
original
own
content.
video,
So
yeah,
why are you
like-
coming to me if you want to censor me?
like
you know?
if they're gonna pay you to make the video, they've obviously looked at you and gone,
yeah, they
it's
want me.
I want Justin Arthur to make this video for me.
Yeah,
So like, if they're coming now and they're censoring you, then they're not getting Justin Arthur to make that video for them. It's
Yeah.
quite,
it depends on the brand as well. If it doesn't align, sometimes you do get deals where you know it doesn't align for you. Don't do it. Then I won't do it because, like, if they're gonna take half the stuff out of the video and it's not gonna work well for my audience.
have you
What
ever
business
like
do I have
started
doing that?
making a video and then they ask for like too many things for you to take out and you say, no, I'm not doing this no more.
Well, if it's a contract that I've signed where I can't do that, unless it's really a really dire situation where I actually can't do it. So I've never done that actually. It's gotten to the point where they have bombarded me to the point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. But I've never like pulled out of a deal.
Are there any videos that you've not been happy with, like a brand that you put on your channel, like, and if it's not in the contract for you to keep it up, have you taken them down?
Yeah, it's like you don't necessarily tend to keep brandles up because it's a usage rights thing. Like you have to keep them up for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Say it's 3 months, they go for 3 months. If it's 6 months, they go for 6 months. They have to pay you more for that time
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
So
Do you have a calendar of it?
yeah, so you have all of the deals that you've done, the dates that they're gonna go live, the dates that the usage rights finish, so you can notify the brand. They take it off their channels or they stop activating it using paid spend or whatever. And like from that day forward, really, unless you really want to keep it on, I do have a portfolio of work that I always give clients to reference, but you don't usually like keep it on there like unless you really want to. It's up to you really.
Yeah. So we spoke about like how you like started it, but like obviously a big milestone. We know about Mr. and Mrs. Arthur. Shout out Mumsy and Dad.
Oh, I was thinking, who's that, bro? I thought you were talking about me.
Nah.
Where's
Where's
Mrs. Arthur? I was thinking, wow.
You're not married yet, bro.
Man, that's why I was confused, man. I was thinking, damn, it's something I
Well,
don't
shout out
know.
your mum and dad, innit? What was it like?
Shout out to my dad.
Obviously, coming into you're in university, you're in first year university, and now like you've realised I don't want to do economics no more. Like I'm tired of this, and you're telling them
Yeah.
I want to pursue this
Yeah.
content creation thing. What's it
I
like telling
think
them
that was it was an interesting journey. In my head, it was pretty straightforward. Like I remember when I made the decision, it was done. Like I was already gonna do it. I was gonna do it. It was just a matter of actually like leaving. I actually sat my parents down. The thing about me is my parents, they don't always understand what I want to do, but I have an ability to tell them that what I'm trying to do matters. And the way I did that was, and the way I always did that was, I literally would make a document for them.
5-point presentation?
Yeah, and I'd write on a whiteboard this, and this is how it's gonna go. And like there would be, like, I remember my dad thinking, but Justin, I'm not really understanding like where are you gonna take this filmmaking stuff? I don't really understand it. And I just thought like, yeah, it's calm. Like you don't really need to. Like, I'm just pattern the thing, do the thing, and then you'll see in it. And I don't really feel too much friction from my parents. Like they definitely didn't get it, right? But they got my passion.
Yeah.
And when I started to explain them, I always bring them in every so often in my career. I tell them, Mum, listen, like, I've done this. This is how I'm making my money now. This is how I'm living right now.
Big time now.
Nah. This is how I'm living right now. And just to keep them updated, innit? And once you do that, then it builds their understanding.
Yeah.
Now my dad's in the car telling me, hey, Justin, you know, these influencers, they're making money. And I'm thinking, Daddy, I know. Like, I told you that. I told you that. Like, it's an amazing thing. I've seen the shift, definitely. It's a different time. It's a different type of time now anyway. So, you know, they still don't understand it. I don't think it's very difficult when you're not a creator yourself to understand how a creator actually makes money and how it's actually a thing. Like,
yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, even to my friends, I don't feel like
sense.
anyone really understands it. Like, I feel like I've explained this to any of them, and them like, I just say like, yeah, I'm calm. Like, I got the bread in it. Like, calm. Like, oh yeah, like, it's a bit of a tough month this year. I got to do flipping some crusty deals in it, just searching some deals. Like, guys don't really know what that means, but like, it's the same thing with my parents. I don't think they know what it means, but they can see it, so it works. And then you get those deals that like actually mean something to them, or something like a company that they might like, or, you know, something that's, I don't know, like resonates with them. And then obviously that helps because it's like they
get it a little bit.
Yeah, they get it.
I feel you. Obviously right now you're still a student right now, so you obviously get the idea of like routine being a thing within it. So rather than just ask you what's your daily routine, I want to ask you what it's like when you break your routine. Obviously, as a content creator, you have certain deadlines for yourself. What's it like for you? Like, let's say you tell yourself, I need to have this video ready by the 30th of November, and let's say you take a day out where you don't work, that wasn't in your planned schedule. What's that like for you? And how do you make that type of thing up?
When you say you take a day out to like rest,
like something happens and
you just
broke
can't
your
do
routine.
it. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, it depends on the intensity of the thing. Sometimes it's super scary, and I'll be panicking because the thing about this kind of field of work is everything falls on you, right? And so if I do take a day out, I gotta make that up somehow. That's a day that I gotta not go to another place and make that content happen. So I'll be panicking especially if it's delivery that needs to be done urgently. There's sometimes the turnover for video is like less than a week, you know. And so if I can't physically do it, then it's a bit peak, innit? It's like I don't get paid. So you kind of just have to make it work, innit? But like, it's not fun. Like, it's stressful.
But you just have to. Like, it's on you, innit? At the end of the day, it's on you. So if it doesn't happen, then you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so you have that sort of mentality that, yeah, this isn't really an option. Like, I'm not even going to play around with this sort of idea. It's getting done. Like, whether or not it's going to be amazing is going to happen. If I can't physically do it, then I'll speak with my management. I'll speak with the brand and the client and see what can be sort of arranged to like reschedule stuff, you know, because life does happen. And within creative culture, it's very sporadic. Like, things come flying in from nowhere, like out of nowhere. Like, and I have to lock off my whole schedule just to like pattern something that's really important as well, and that's really difficult to convey to people as well, because like I was available in it, but now, you know, like, some things I got to pattern, you know.
You're a busy guy. I've tried calling you enough times, and it's all busy.
Man, I'm just terrible with the calls, man. I want to say I'm sorry on behalf of everybody who knows me.
Constantly on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's not good.
Then you get a message two weeks later, like, oh, sorry, I didn't even see
you know,
this.
I shouted one guy who messaged me a month ago. Like, I shouted him yesterday. I felt so bad. I said, bro, do you still need me? Yeah, and he was asking for my help as well. I said, bro, like, I'm so sorry. You still need me. And I promise you, I don't do it on purpose. Like, I was never one of those people. And I don't even think, like, I don't know, you guys know me in it, but like, I'm not the typical social media like type.
You don't, for someone who like his job is on social media,
it doesn't feel like it.
You don't use social media.
Yeah, like, I'm not that guy in it. Like, but at the same time, with what's happening the more you're on social media, the more everybody has access to me. So
Yeah.
people demand my attention constantly. So like I really value not speaking to anybody.
So you enjoy not talking to people?
Yeah, it's because I have to do it all the time.
It's because the second you start working, it's like I'm out there now.
Yeah, and like like I said, there's a certain type of influencer that thrives, extroverts, charisma.
So
I'm not that.
You're introverted.
I'm introverted, and
I wouldn't call you introverted though. I just feel like you prefer to be alone.
I'm introverted.
But like you're like,
excuse me, are you assuming my identification?
This isn't an identification, bro.
I identify
no, but like
as an introvert.
if you walk into a room, you can chat to everyone.
That's true, but I'm a confident person. That's different.
Is an extrovert someone who like can talk to people?
And
introverts.
The difference is, let me tell you the difference, right?
Educate me.
Right. The difference between an extrovert is that with every social interaction, they gain energy. They'll talk to a new person and that will fuel them. Difference is an introvert will talk to a new person and that will drain them. So in a social situation, if I've chatted to 45 man, by the end of the day, I'm finished. I don't want to speak to anyone.
But isn't that everyone though? Like, because I consider myself extroverted because I can chat to people.
But it happens a lot quicker though, because my threshold is not 45 man. Actually, that sounded a bit mental.
Ghana, in the park.
Yeah, no, my threshold is like less than that. Like I see if I chat to like 5 man.
God, you're done for the day. You're good.
Yeah, but I'm not chatting to 5 man I'm chatting to like literally 100 people.
Especially like you're a uni student, you got to go to uni.
Yeah.
You see bad guys, yo, what's that, Justin? And they're like, yo, Justin, I like your content. And you go, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And I do. It's amazing speaking to those people. It's not like I don't like it or anything.
You like talking to them, but it drains you at the same time.
Yeah. Like, ask anyone who's ever spoken to me. Okay, let's say like 9 out of 10 people. Because there was this morning on the train, somebody shouted at me.
You went with it?
Bro, I was sitting there. I can't even make this up. I was sitting there like this, yeah. And then someone walks past me and she was like, oh, excuse me. I just want to say, are you that guy on TikTok? And I was lagging because I'm tired, innit? So I kept a straight face for a bit too long. And then I was like, oh yeah, I am, yeah. That's me. I even forgot and it caught me off guard as well. But most of the time when I do speak to people, I spoke to a couple people yesterday, and I always remember what, like, I try to anyways. I always remember what like the conversations are because they're actually impactful. We always speak about different things and I ask them what they do. And it's so interesting to see what their life is like in the chaos that their life is like. What draws them to me? Like, what can I provide to them? That's a mad thing for me. Them man are telling me, yo, Justin, like your thing is getting me through tough times. My thing isn't getting me through tough times. My thing is giving me the tough times.
My thing is the tough time.
Bro, and that's like, it touches me, man. Like, that's a real responsibility.
You chose to watch me and like, I gave you that happiness.
I can't lie. It's something I'll never get used to and I'm truly grateful for.
Shout out the fans.
Supporters, man. Not fans, supporters.
Shout out the family.
Family, yeah.
Yeah. I just got 2 more questions for you, bro. First one, I was talking to someone, I was thinking, what kind of questions should I ask you? And like one friend of mine, very close friend of mine was like, what is... Like, is there an end goal for this? Like, is it a continuous goal? Does the target constantly change? Are you aiming for something in the future? Like, is there an end goal?
Yeah, I don't want to be in this media thing forever. Like, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to lie to you. That's something that I know. I think it's too toxic of an industry for you to remain in it for the rest of your life. You see guys do it all the time, innit? But there's a goal that's big for me coming from a filmmaking background. You know, it's always about quality and really just shifting the landscape for cooking. I feel like it's so boring, bro.
Content is stagnant right now.
It's
like
so
mainstream
boring.
Content is stagnant right now.
Mainstream content is so boring. Like, there's bare cooks, man.
Shout out Ainsley Harriott.
Yeah, man. They're great. Like, we like you and that. You're talented, but let's do something. We haven't got
any new people to that. Like, obviously we've seen there's been like new things come up like Big Zoo and obviously Chunks has that new TV series as well. Like, but that like it's still not on the mainstream level yet.
But even with Big Zoo stuff,
it's still like
it's not something I would want to do. I think like, it's his personality that's really
That's
amazing. Like,
personality.
it shines through and everything like that. But I want to do something completely different. And if you're thinking like, what does that even mean? Like, what can you do with food? Like, some of the ideas that I have is just completely
World domination.
nah, like completely just flipping it and saying, yo, I don't want to make a recipe video. I want to make this into a narrative series, and it has recipes in it. It's a comedy. It's a sitcom. Like,
Sitcom about food.
yeah, like why not? Like,
Instead of The Office, The Kitchen.
yeah, man. Why not? Like, that's my goal, innit? To revolutionize what we already know it as, but to just really like flex my creativity, because I think like it always changes every single year. Like next year, I might say that I want to be like, I don't know, something completely different. But at this point in
Just
time,
trying to flex your creative muscles.
yeah, as a creative, I feel like that's like,
The goal, like for everyone.
yeah, as a creative that monetizes, you gotta make money doing it, but
Yeah.
you also want to not limit yourself and not feel capped. And you start to feel capped really quickly when you actually continue to do this a lot. Like, it's crazy.
Cool. And the last question, we've already usually the last question would be, oh, what would you
Advise people.
advise people? But you've already said basically the be yourself thing, and you've created your perfect influencer
Couple
thing.
bits of bobs I could put in there as well, though.
You can if you want to.
I'm advising people to start content out. I'd ask yourself, why do you want to do it in the first place? I think it's a really desirable job, but it comes with a lot. Ask yourself why you want to do it. Really think about what you want to do, and reach out to people. Get your networks in. If you want to shout at me, feel free to hit me up with a message saying, Justin, I want to do this, that. I don't know how to do it. I might not like collab with you. I might not come and see you physically, but I'll be happy to support, because as a creative, you're not going to make it if you have no network.
Wait for the influx of DMs to come in like, oh, Justin, you want to collab? Justin, you want to collab?
I mean, no, I don't. Unless I do, but
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, shoot your shot, man. Like, honestly, like the worst I can do is
Say no.
put it on my story and shame you, innit? But
you put it in a private story though.
I might put it in the main. This was a bit of a reckless one. Sometimes people come with some vim, bro. Man, some of these shots.
But yeah, like your network is your net worth.
Yeah, as a creative, it's simple. Like, you will fail. I'm going to say this again. You will fail if you have no network. Like, you need support, because it's not something that makes sense. Creativity is not something that makes sense. Yeah, so those are like my 2 pieces of advice.
I mean, my last question was going to be, what do you think was the most valuable thing in your journey? But you said it's the network.
The most valuable thing in my journey?
Like in the content creation journey in general. So
in general.
Was it that network thing you were saying?
Let me think about it for a second. I think I don't really know the answer to this question, so I'm going to continue speaking until like I actually think of something in my head that's worth actually saying. It's calm though, because as we delve through my mind, things are happening, and you're here with me, and you're in this moment, and your eyes are closed, and your arms are in the air, and you're paying attention to your breath.
Should we leave it to the...
I did a little meditation thing yesterday for the first time. It was cold. You should try it out,
I've tried meditating. It's actually sick still. Like,
it's cold.
You're locked in, like...
Bruv, it went quick as well. We did that thing 8 minutes. Felt like 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. I think the most valuable thing on my journey has been, honestly, like, it's hard to tell, but I think just make sure, like, you wash your ass. Make sure you wash your ass.
It's been a campaign he's been pushing for years.
Make sure you wash
he
your
believes
ass.
You should wash your ass. So if you're left with any advice from today,
wash your ass.
Wash your ass. Just wash your ass. I don't want to hear the heat thing. Just wash your ass.
You think I'm joking as well? That's what I'm gonna leave it with. Like,
wash your ass. Thank you for coming today, Justin. Coming from a friend of yours, I do want to say, like, I've seen the whole journey, and wallahi, like, I'm proud of you.
Can I ask you a question?
Where you've come from. Let me finish the
sorry. Like, obviously,
speech,
like, you're giving me my flowers and that.
Let me give you.
I'm not
flowers.
trying to receive them though.
No,
you
but
know?
let me finish what I'm saying. Bro.
Cool.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You've done your thing. You've done the come up, but like the journey ain't even begun yet. That's what's so sick about.
Thank you so much.
About watching you. And hopefully we can see you progress soon. Thanks once again for coming on today. I don't know who's manning the camera right now, because you're not behind it. But hopefully you can hop on soon. Hopefully when you hit that mill, inshallah. You hit that
Amen.
mill, and then you can come on again and tell us how you've gone clear, and give advice to the nation once again on the EduChats podcast.
Like I said, just wash your rice, you'll be alright.
Wash your rice and you'll be alright. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.